The new limited edition Fossil Dig1 from Wolverine is here. Let's unbox it, let's get it put together, and let's start building. This thing does come in two parts, so it does require a bit of work. And what's that sound?
Put it together. Put it together.
I'm trying, man, I'm trying! Where the hell does this thing go? In March 2025, BZ Tactical had a stand at IWA Outdoor Classics, a huge expo for all things shooting, airsoft, etc. And our neighbours at that show were Wolverine Airsoft. Now, it's no secret that we're big fans of Wolverine products here at BZ, and for a very good reason. Go watch any of our videos about Wolverine or Heretic Lab products to find out why. But when we were at IWA and we were next to the Wolverine stand, we were lucky enough to be one of the first people at the show to get a closer look at this. The special edition 1 of 300 Fossil Dig1 MTW. But what's special about this HPA rifle? Let's take a closer look. Now, before we get started, it's important to note that by the time this video goes out, all 20 of the Dig1s that we have brought in will be sold out. We can only get our hands on 20, with it being so limited, only 300 of these in the entire world. But there will still be other shops in the UK that will have these in stock. So if you're interested in getting one, use the Google machine. But even though these are fully sold out here at BZ, we still wanted to do a video about these guys so you could get a closer look at this absolutely gorgeous special edition gun. And also, it's an exciting sign of things to come from Wolverine. This isn't going to be the only special edition they're going to be doing in the Fossil series. There will be a Dig 2, Dig 3, etc. in the future. So let's take a closer look at their first attempt and see where it's going to go from there. Now, this thing is based on an MTW 10-inch billet. It is the most popular Wolverine MTW gun by far, especially the tactical version. Done a full unboxing of 10-inch MTW billet series. If you want to go watch that, link is in the description. But of course, this thing comes loaded with some very special features. Straight off the bat, the first thing you're going to notice is the color of this gun. With this being their first special edition in the Dig series, Wolverine wanted it to come out swinging, and they went with something that they don't believe any other airsoft brand has managed to do so far, and that's go with a colored hard-coated anodized finish. So basically, to do a hard-coated anodized finish in a color is pretty difficult to do, so that's why no other brand has really attempted to do that. But Wolverine took a risk, and by God, it's paid off. This is absolutely gorgeous. It's like an OD green color, but it just has this shine to it that it just looks beautiful. I think it's one of my favorite colors I've ever seen on a gun. Maybe my favorite finish I've ever seen on a gun. It's definitely top 3, but I want to know what you guys think of it. What do you think of the color and the design of the Fossil Dig1? Do let us know in those comments. So I guess straight off the bat, you are getting a limited edition color, high quality, durable finish to a gun that they are unlikely to ever do again on another Fossil or any other MTW. So this could be the only MTW Fossil that comes out in this color. So if you love it, you're gonna have to get it very, very quick. You've got the Wolverine skeleton skull decal on the side there. You've got the gorgeous new Quake stock. We'll talk more about that in a second. You've got that paint job. You've got the Fossil branding on the side there. Don't worry, the orange tip is replaceable. It does come with a flash hider in the box, so you don't have to worry about that thing being on the end. But orange flash hider aside, I think in general, this is a stunning M4. This is an absolutely gorgeous MTW. Probably one of my favorite looking guns we've ever had. At least one that we've ever reviewed on the channel. But enough of me gushing about how gorgeous this thing is. Let's go back to the features of the gun. It of course comes with a PTS MTW magazine with empty mag detection. We have had a few of you ask if this thing will work with other magazines like standard EPM, so we will be doing a bit of testing when we shoot this thing in our 50-meter indoor target range. As for the power source, of course, this thing is HPA, but for the battery, this does come with the Wolverine MTW battery grip pre-installed. This thing alone is worth £92.50 here at BZ. So you're getting a couple of great upgrades straight out of the box, which you would hope for the price of this thing. What this battery grip allows you to do is that rather than running a GST HPA battery that we'd normally run in any other electric HPA gun, like one of these Rebel Precision batteries here, it allows you to use two CR123 batteries instead. You just simply put the battery straight in the grip here, and what it allows you to do is have not only more power going to your gun compared to standard HPA batteries, but also give you a much longer battery life as well, so less needs for recharging. You can get disposable CR123 batteries, or you can get rechargeables like these Blue Max ones that we've got here. These are just £5 each here at BZ Tactical, so getting two of these is actually cheaper than getting a HPA battery as well. If you're already running a flashlight on your loadout, you've probably already got one of these anyway, so you could just nick it off that. Aside from that, all of the internals on this are going to be MTW 10-inch spec, which is just fantastic, reliable out-of-the-box performance. You know that when you get a Wolverine HPA gun, it is going to run smoothly straight out of the box, so I've got no qualms with no worries that this thing is going to be poor out of the box. We are of course going to test it in a second, but there is of course one thing that is different from a standard MTW 10-inch, and it's a brand new redesigned Quake stock. Now we're actually going to dedicate a short video just to the Quake stock itself, so look out for that on our channel in the next week or so. But just to give you a brief overview of it, this is basically an MTW HPA Recoil Stock. Now Wolverine did release a Quake Recoil Stock quite a few years ago now. They were the first company to make a HPA Recoil Stock, but it wasn't very well received. It was a rare loss for Wolverine. But they've completely redesigned it and it works in a completely different way, and so far we've been very impressed by it. So previously with the old Quake stocks, they tried to recreate how GBBR and electronic recoil works, which is having a mass that goes backwards and forwards. But with this, they've completely redesigned it. It's different to how every other recoil stock works in that it just kicks back the stock directly in your shoulder. Wolverine say that this is gonna more realistically replicate real recoil on a real firearm, but we'll have to put that to the test in another video. And how much kick you give this thing is very easy to adjust. So just like the power of the gun itself, the recoil on the stock works off how much pressure you put in through the HPA line. But of course, every country has different joule limits. So you might be sat there thinking, well, if I have to have a lower joule rating than say America does, then the recoil on my stock isn't going to be as strong as it would be if I was playing out there. Well, Wolverine did think of this, because inside of the box of your Fossil Dig1, you'll find this little baggie that not only comes with spare O-rings and this lovely little Fossil patch as well, but it comes with these flow adapters as well straight out of the box. There are 3 flow adapters included. You've got the blue one, which reduces the flow to your gun by 50%. You've got a green one, which is already pre-installed in the Fossil Dig1, which is by 25%, and there's a red one, which is 10%. What these do basically is that they reduce the amount of power going to your gun itself without sacrificing the amount of power that goes into your Quake recoil stock. So if you want a really high amount of recoil on your MTW, but you don't want to go over your sight joule limits, then this is what the flow adapter is for. You just simply fit the flow adapter to reduce the power going to the gun that you need, whether that's 50, 25% or 10%, without sacrificing how much power is going to the Quake recoil stock, which I think is a great feature. It means that you can tune how much recoil you get in your gun yourself to meet your own preference without affecting the power of your gun. And if you don't actually like the recoil on the Quake stock, which hopefully you do, because it's a very important feature of the new Fossil Dig1 series, but if for some reason you just don't like it, or you just don't want to run it today, you actually come with a screw that is very easy to install, which turns off the recoil feature. But again, the Quake recoil stock will be getting its own video, so let's turn our attention back to the Fossil Dig1 and take this thing down to our 50-meter indoor target range and give it a shoot. Right, we're actually in for the first time ever the opposite end of our 50-meter indoor target range. We've had to swap ends for BZ Fest happening this weekend, but we're going to give the Fossil Dig1 a shoot. And we're also going to show you the recoil on this thing. We've got it set to 140 PSI. We are running it with a standard HPA battery, although you can run it with the CR123 batteries, which will give you some more power and a longer battery life. But just for the purpose of this, we are going to just use a standard HPA battery. We're going to be shooting on 0.2 gram Rebel Precision BBs. And even though we are at 140 PSI, this should still be at under the UK sight limit at 350 FPS because we've got the green flow reducer installed in the Inferno HPA engine. So let's just give it a chrono, make sure we are nice and legal here in the UK. So we need to be under 350, give it 3 shots. So we are on the limit here. But we had 3 shots consistently there under 350. So we should be good to go with this thing. So let's just give it a shot, guys. And obviously straight out of the box, I haven't even hopped this thing, to be honest. When we do these videos, I just like to pick it up and start shooting and just see how it performs straight out of the box. And I can say it straight out of the box. I would like to adjust the hop on it a little bit, but it is still shooting nice and accurately like we'd expect from an MTW. I mean, like internally, apart from having the stock on it and having the battery grip, etc., this thing is going to shoot just like a tactical 10-inch MTW. It's fantastic out of the box. I'm going to give it a full auto. Hitting the red target every time, despite the fact I don't have any prescriptions on. I've just emptied the mag there, but we're gonna have to refill this mag and show you the recoil stock specifically because I might get a bruise on my shoulders from firing that, Jesus Christ. And we're also gonna try a couple of different magazines in it as well, so hold on 1 second. So with the MTW, you can actually do dry firing now. Make sure that you don't have a magazine in. If you have an empty mag, this obviously comes with empty mag detection if you're using the Wolverine MTW EPM mags. If I try to shoot now, if I put it on semi, that would help. If I try to shoot in semi right now, nothing's gonna happen. But if I take the magazine out and then I put it on semi, it does actually dry fire. So we're gonna use this to show you the Quake recoil stock. So if I put this right up here, I've got this on semi. Should be able to see here how much this thing kicks back. It visibly moves and you can feel it. If you're really pressing the thing against your shoulder, it does. There's a really noticeable kickback to it. I do have it on a very high PSI, so I would recommend running it on a higher pressure and then using the flow regulators flow reducers to make sure that your gun is under sight limits. So I would recommend running this thing at high PSI, otherwise you're not going to be able to feel it as much. Let's try this thing on floor. So right there, it does sound like I need some more air in my tank, but right there you can see that this thing really does kick back. Like I've stopped shooting and I can feel the spot that the stock was resting against. Let's try this again. Yeah. That's going to make for some great slow-mo shooting. In fact, cameraman Luca, let's do some style shots. Now on this channel we have shot MTWs and Article 1s before, and we've used non-out-of-the-box magazines like Amarok magazines for example in that, and they shoot just fine with those. But we've had some customers ask if the Dig1s are the same situation, given the fact they've got the Quake recoil stock on it. That shouldn't have any effect on it. You should be able to use other magazines other than the MTW cut-off mags so that you get included in the box. So let's just try it out. We've got an Amarok 250. Let's stick it in the gun, put it on semi and see how it shoots. Yeah, definitely need to hop this thing, but as you can see, it shoots just fine with an Amarok. Let's try it with a standard EPM mag. Let's try a standard EPM magazine. Yep, as expected, shooting just fine. So just like any other MTW, this thing will work with most M4 mid caps. So that was the Fossil Dig1 from Wolverine, a new limited edition 1 of 300 HPA gun. Is it worth the £1,200 plus price tag that comes with it? Do let us know what you think of the Dig1 in the comments, please, guys. As for my thoughts, well, with the reliability and actually performance of the Dig1, I mean, Wolverine MTWs, they don't miss. They are just fantastic out-of-the-box HPA guns. If you're looking for an out-of-the-box HPA gun, you cannot go wrong with a Wolverine MTW. As for the Quake Recoil Stock, I do like this thing. I do think it's very well made. I do think it's a nice little feature. I like how you can adjust the amount of recoil it has without impacting on the performance of the gun itself. Wolverine will be releasing the Quake Recoil Stock later in 2025, so you can buy this thing separately. It will be available from bztactical.co.uk. Is it an essential MTW upgrade? I wouldn't say so. This is for people that really like recoil on their gun. I wouldn't just get it just because it's there and it's available for your MTW. Your MTW will shoot just fine without it, but if you want a more realistic shooting experience, then Wolverine have done a very good job with this thing. As for is it worth the price? Well, I think it's worth the price if you're willing to pay for it, if you know what I mean. You're paying for that exclusivity. You're paying for the fact that there's only 300 of these in the world. You're paying for the fact that when you take this thing out and play with it, you're very unlikely to run it to someone else who's also got one. You're paying for this one-of-a-kind OD green, gorgeous paint job. You're paying for that upgrade recoil stock. You're paying for the battery grip already pre-installed. You're paying for premium. That's what you're paying for. If you're looking for an out-of-the-box affordable HPA gun, I'd probably go with a standard MTW billet series, maybe the tactical 10-inch if you're willing to spend a little bit more to get some premium features. But if you want a collector's item, if you want to be a bit different, you want to have something that not many other people have, then the Fossil Dig1 is a fantastic option. But regardless of what you think of the Dig1, we want to know, what do you want to see from Wolverine for the Dig2? Do you want to see a HPA AK? Maybe you want to see a special edition 308? Tell us in the comments. But as always, guys, remember to like this video, subscribe to BZ for more airsoft content, shop online at bztactical.co.uk, or visit our store here in Teesside, North East England, and as always, thank you for watching.